Alright everyone, we are back for another special 420 edition of the Sacramento Beer Show. This is a kind of surprise bonus episode, so I was only planning on doing that Sip Sip Pass, but I went down to Track 7 today and picked up their No Hurries Northeast style double India Pale Ale. If you notice the can art, there's some sloth as David Attenborough says on Planet Earth. So a bunch of sloths on the can there. Really kind of, in no hurry. So this is another one of their 420 releases. They also had the Couch Kush with Skittles terpenes. Skittles being a strain of cannabis that is reminiscent of those tropical fruit flavors found in Skittles. I did have a little sample of it while at the brewery, but sadly they were sold out of the cans. So I picked up this one instead. So this is a 8% No Hurries. I think it gives no other info about like hop strains or anything like that. Maybe the Instagram does. Let's see. So No Hurries is brewed with cashmere hops. So it's one of those I think I've had a few times, but not super familiar with. So interested to see. So yeah, first time we've had Track 7 on the show in probably over a year. But it's a nice opportunity to go use my classic Track 7 glassware. So without further ado. So I'm going to go ahead and crack into this. So it's got that super kind of pillowy, opaque haze there. Kind of off-white head. But a solid finger and a half to 2 fingers of off-white head. Looks, super opaque, like I can't see through it at all, and I've got a bright light right behind it. So it's kind of that turkey gravy, if you will. It's got a slight brown tinge to it. Not the most sexy beer in the glass, but let's see how it smells and tastes, okay? On the nose, I'm getting sort of spicy tropical fruits. And not much else right now. I'm going to go ahead and take a sip. So this is that very soft style of New England IPA. Let me take one more sip. So, not super familiar with cashmere hops, but I'm getting sort of a biting green bitterness, peppery kind of finish. Then up front, it's more sort of like stone fruit, maybe even papaya. Papaya is another one of those like fruits that my reference point, I have like 2, right? So, yeah, definitely like a nice, soft, not too aggressive in any one area, fairly balanced, a fair amount of bittering going on, actually. The nose opens up a little bit. Yeah, it is like a sort of like a peppery tropical fruit that I can't quite put my finger on what it is. A little bit of sort of like ethyl alcohol thing in the finish. It is 8%. I will say the one I had at the brewery, the Couch Kush, that one was higher, I think 9 or 9.1% ABV. And to me, in my palate, a much more enjoyable beer. Didn't have a ton of bitterness. Really no trace of the alcohol going on in there, and in appearance it was slightly hazy, but it was sort of that glowing haze, especially as the sun was setting. It looked really killer in the glass. If you've been following along on my Instagram, you would have seen a picture of it next to the 4-pack of these cans. And just, yeah, all around is a much tastier beer in my opinion. This one, well, certainly interesting, and I think it achieves what it's set out to do, just not as much to my sort of preference these days. When I was first introduced to the hazy style, which was actually at Track 7, this is pretty similar and close to what I had, and I was blown away by that aggressive sort of peppery hop thing that just like attacks your palate. And this has a lot of that. It just doesn't have a ton of depth. I don't know if that makes sense, but there's not much in terms of like malt going on. Maybe a tad drier than I've been used to with like a double IPA, which don't get me wrong, I can appreciate. That being said, this is an excellent beer. It's not, there's nothing wrong with the beer. It's just the way my palate has been skewing as of late. This one sort of misses the mark a little bit for me, but I think to a lot of people, and especially those getting into hazy beers and like just like the novelty of a hazy beer, this one would really kind of satisfy that for you. I do like it. As I drink it a little bit more, the bitterness is sort of growing on me. It's been a while since I've had a super bitter, like palate wrecking beer. And this is sort of giving me that bitter hop realness, which I do appreciate, especially in such a fluffy hazy style. So that's kind of cool. I'm gonna give this a 93 points. It's a very good beer, one that I would be happy to drink any day of the year. But with some other heavy hitters in the field these days, it doesn't quite get my like A rating. So yeah, 93 points. Track 7. No hurries. I'm going to be a no hurries. I'm going to sit back and kind of sip the rest of this that I've sort of attacked a little aggressively, just trying to totally understand it for this review. But yeah, I'm going to be in no hurry to enjoy that, edit this thing, and get it up to you today so that you can, still possibly run out to the brewery and get it. I should add that this is a taproom only release. The beer I featured earlier today, the New Glory, you could of course pick it up in the taproom today, but I did have it a few days prior to April 20th just because it was available in distribution. So Track 7, you're gonna have to get to that taproom tonight if you want it, unless there's some left over, but I doubt there will be. It seemed pretty busy and it was only 5 o'clock. So hopefully this review, it's 6:30 now, hopefully this is up in the next hour, and there is still an hour or so that you could possibly watch this, go to the brewery, pick it up, enjoy it yourself. They will of course have this on tap at all their locations, I think. So if you don't get the can release, you still could probably taste it for yourself. Thanks so much for watching this special edition 420 beer review. I hope you join me again soon. I'll be trying other beers from the Sacramento region. I'm trying to be a bit more consistent with my releases this year. I think last year I only saw a handful. I would like to kind of get back into it. I enjoy doing this. So I hope you enjoy watching. Please share it with all your beer-loving friends, and continue commenting below if you've had this beer, have any questions for me. So again, thanks so much for watching. This is the Sacramento Beer Show. My name is Jordan Steffen, and as always, cheers.